Good morning, folks. Still waiting on an environmental impact report from that Alaskan shipwreck. Plenty to keep ourselves busy otherwise, though, as the Weather Channel has gone a bit nuts with the highlight reels. We have our overall Wild Weather 2012 compilation. Got one dedicated strictly to the storm surges. They have a few more. Probably could have given the drought its own video as well. And yes, 2012 was the hottest year on record. My hometown set a heat record too. My favorite year in review compilation is NASA's Heliophysics review. Top solar events of the year, but please note they must not think much of coronal hole activity because they have made no mention. I don't really know how we can verify this, but there are claims of more mass bird deaths close to Arkansas, close to the new year. Wouldn't be able to blame this one on fireworks. Could be one of the anniversarial recurrences. Now that's a suppressed topic like earthquake forecasting, and the United Knowledge has unknowingly been bringing it back into the spotlight from ancient times. To the Canary Islands, where the uptick has not died down and we are still seeing 2 to 3 weeks activity every day. Checking in on our cyclones, Reunion Island and Mauritius Island, high alert. Freda appears content to stick near New Caledonia for now. The rest down under is dictated by the boundaries of the high pressure systems. North of the central one and where the eastern high meets New Zealand, the clouds follow that convergence, and that's the thunderstorm watch zones. Europe, what can I say? The shear and inner system convergence is changing daily. Impossible to guess. You got to keep an eye on the local radar knowing it is what it is. Here's the coming max temperature readings. In the United States, a low at the Canadian border and a high at the breadbasket are driving the weather today from the eastern part of Tornado Alley through the south. That large Pacific low is drawing a ton of hot, wet air and throwing it all over the cold, crisp dryness of the northwest U.S., Canada, and Alaska. Coming to the Bartol, left side, we continue to be missing data on the neutron monitor, and on the right, we got a blip letting us know that the cosmic ray density is still rising, but we are missing the latest data here too. It happens every few months, and it is what it is. After dying down for a day, the solar wind speed leveled off and the density actually took some elevation. You can see the dying resonance brought back on the induction magnetometer's right side. Tough to believe how many sunspots the sun popped up and turned in over just 3 days. Taking closer looks, starting up top and coming around the left and down. The first active region is the primary. Large, bipolar, but nicely separated for now. The umbra beneath broke solidarity with some small friends, but they are not mixing much either. Smaller region turning in, can't decide if it wants to decay or develop. The northeastern limb shows bipolar magnetics and large umbra, but divided nicely as well. Lastly, the longitudinal sisters swinging in have positive and negative divided evenly too. There's just not much danger right now despite the sunspots. In terms of the planets, Mercury is about to heliocentrically oppose Jupiter as the Earth is set to pass between Ceres and Venus. Not enough for a major watch, although there is a coronal hole near the equator, set to face Earth soon. Few thin plasma filaments beneath it, got a few more coronal holes up top, and the dark sunspots you saw before have been replaced with bright active regions in the SDO AIA 193. The sun is stirring. Eyes open, no fear, it's 6:15 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.